This is a medium. This is a Gildan Dry Blend 50/50. We have our same print. I just did it a little smaller. We don't need it as big on the medium versus the large. And we're not doing any spray tie-dye yet at all. We're gonna sublimate the design on, and then we'll do the spray tie-dye. That's the way I like to do it. I just think it gives me a little bit more control when you have a plain white t-shirt as to where things are going. Anyway, so you're gonna do 3 to 4 fingers down with your design. Like I said, always I eyeball it, get it, you know, as close as you can. I do use the heat tape, and as you can see, this is 2 pieces because my printer only does a certain amount. So I went ahead and taped them together. They're not overlapping because we definitely don't want that. So I'm gonna tape this down, and then we're gonna go over to the heat press. I do 400 for 60 seconds, medium pressure, and I will let it cool, and then we will go spray tie-dye on it. I've got my butcher paper. I'm gonna put it over. I'm gonna swing this bad boy around. I'm gonna push it down, give it a little twist for pressure. We'll wait the 60 seconds and see how it looks. And lift that up, swing it away, get that butcher paper off of there. Give it a second because it's pretty hot. I always lift from the top down. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off of there. It's nice and vibrant, and the black is nice and dark. So we'll go over and use the spray tie-dye. All right, we are ready to do the tie-dyeing of the Watermelon Crawl shirt. It's the white shirt. I'm just gonna kind of tell you how I do it real quick, and then I'll show you. So the sublimation of the design is on the shirt. It was done for 60 seconds, 400 degrees. And basically what we're gonna do is, I take a piece of paper, like printer paper, and just kind of cut or rip at, edges so it's soft, and I'm gonna put it around the image. So when I'm doing the scrunch method, it's not gonna get on the image as much. It may around the edges, which is fine. So basically I'm going to use neon green and neon red from the SEI spray tie-dye. We're gonna scrunch it, do one color, open it back up, and then those areas that are white, try to scrunch those and put the second color on. I always do the green first because I want a little more green than red. And then when you're done, you can flip it over and do the same with the back. And then once that's done, you have to let it air dry, totally 100% dry. And then you can put it in the dryer for 30 minutes and it heat sets it and it's ready to go. So here we go. So I've got my paper here. You know, it kind of is almost, you know what, I'll just rip it. It's almost the same size, but I don't want to necessarily not get anything on it, but I don't want a lot on there. So I just kind of, you know, rip and tear so we don't have exact edges around that. We don't want to like a straight edge. If you get a straight edge, it's fine. But if you don't want a straight edge, then this works much better. All right, that works pretty well right in there. That's good. So I just kind of put it over the image as so. You can tape it if you want. I don't tape it. I just leave it. So basically, what you're gonna do is, this is the neon green in the spray dye, and they call this neon red. So I'm just gonna shake these up really good. I'm gonna put my gloves on. As I said, I do the green one first because I want more green on the shirt, and I just prefer to do that. I don't know. You know, we all have our own ways of doing things. So always have paper towels handy. I'm gonna give this a quick spritz. You guys can see it's pretty bright. Then I'm gonna start at the bottom in the corner. And I'm gonna do this whole little area right here. Scrunch it up real nice. I'm gonna give it a few squirts. Okay, so this is where you're gonna wanna take a paper towel. I always wipe afterwards, but put a paper towel underneath of it, and that way you don't have to worry about wiping your stuff off, whatever you put it under. You know, I put a bag under there. All right, so get it nice and tight, give it a few squirts. More than a few, that's about 5. So you're gonna open it back up. Now, I like to be pretty heavy with my green, so I may actually go back and do more green, but I gotta see how it looks first. This is coming along pretty good here. You just keep doing this all the way up the shirt, and then I'll come back and turn on when we do the pink. Well, it's neon red. We'll turn the camera back on when we do the neon red. Okay, so this is with the green, and I did decide to do a little more green. That's a little bit too white for me in areas, a little too open. So I'm just gonna scrunch it up in a few areas and do a little more green. Doesn't have to be exact, but I'm like so, I'm so OCD, like to the eye, I want it to be somewhat similar. I know that's probably sounds silly, but that's just how I am. So you see we're getting a little more going on here. Up at the top, I don't have a whole lot just because I didn't want to really touch the wording. The words if I could help it, and the sleeves too. So really it's just personal preference. You can go really heavy-handed with it. You can just put a little tiny bit on there. I mean, really, it's just totally up to your preference, honestly. All right, so that's the green. Put the top back on that. Here's the neon red. And it's interesting to me that they call this neon red because to me it's pink. But this is their hot pink here. This is their hot pink and this is their red. So you can kind of see the difference there. All right, so same thing. What I'm gonna do now is try to pull up some of the white away from the green. The green is still in there, you're gonna get that. But try to get the whiter areas. I'm gonna give that a test spray like I always do. So as you see, this one is a wider spray. It does that sometimes because they get clogged. You know, you just don't know. So in that instance, I'm actually gonna scrunch up a little bit more because it's gonna spray in a wider pattern. I'm gonna get closer to this than I did the green with the green. So that's what we're gonna do with that. Paper towel, wipe it, open it, and there you have your pink. Red, sorry, I just keep saying red, pink because that's what I'm used to using a lot is the pink. Open it up. And like, you don't have to get super like fancy with this, you know? Just spray it and open it. Here on the sides, same thing. You don't have to worry about the overspray too much because you're gonna do the back anyways, but you know, just go in there and hit it wherever you think it might need to go. It's gonna go around the words a little bit, not a problem. As long as it's not over the big part of the design, I'm personally okay with that. I go through a lot of paper towels. So So we're getting more pink on here. Red, pink, pink, red, same difference. And you could use the pink with this. You could use that hot pink, but for this shirt, I chose to do the red. I just felt like it looked a little bit more like watermelon, I suppose. So you're gonna do this all the way around, do it on the back, and then you're going to let it dry 100%, put it in the dryer for 30 minutes, and it'll be all set and ready to go. So that's it, guys. That's my second one, and I'll pop on real quick when I'm done to show you the finished product. All right, the front is all done. As you can see, I just wanted to show you guys a example of when you tell your customers, and I'm just learning this too right along with everybody else, no two shirts are the same. When you sell them online, they're not gonna be exactly the same as the one that's in the picture. They can be pretty darn close, but they're not going to be exact. I feel like the more I do them, the better they actually look from the original. But this is the original. I'm gonna lay it down here. This is the original one that I did. There's a lot more meshing of the colors. It can kind of have like a little brownish look here every now and then. So whenever you compare it to this, I like this better. Now, once the heat sets in, it does go a little bit darker, but not too dark. You can see in some areas it's browning just a little, but that's okay. We want to have it look a little different. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next video.